Well, you hear the crowd here with those welcome back chants, and you know, these are two individual. You know, Ruby Raze not afraid to pick a fight with just about anybody, whether they're in the crowd or in the ring.
Absolutely, and you know, she steps into this ring, and every time she steps in, she's carrying a very bitter chip on her shoulder. She feels that despite this being her house, despite all of the amazing tear the house down matches she's had here, she has never been the Santino Bros champion, and she carries that chip on her shoulder. So Gypsy Mac, I really don't think she wants to be in here.
Gypsy Mac, a bit of a brawler herself, so this is going to be a fun match to see, strength versus strength, but you bring up some good points. Ruby Raze is someone who, this is her home field, she's got home field advantage, basically, and she's coming in a little fired up because you're right, she hasn't had the opportunity to be the Santino Brothers champion, and frankly, I think a lot of people would agree that she very well could be.
And I've been in the ring with both of these women, and I definitely can say that you feel it in every single strike Ruby gives you, that anger, that drive that she has. Gypsy she is a brawler, she does hit hard, but I'm willing to place money that Ruby hits just a little harder.
Gypsy Mac slowing things down, going to the outside, taking a breath, trying to cool down. Not a bad idea when you get started off the way Gypsy Mac got started off so far. But hey, the count only goes so far before she's going to have to get back in that ring.
And I'm going to bring up her trainer, Gino Rivera, again, because this is very much his style. Don't just try to outmuscle your opponent. Try to outthink them as well.
And for people who are new to Gypsy Mac, she's a very talented competitor. She's won titles in Texas, Arizona, Colorado. Not only is she talented, but traveled all around the U.S., honing her craft. So you can see how that style of staying cool-headed is something she's not only learned, but earned over the years.
Now, if you've been following Gypsy on Instagram, she has been hitting the gym a lot. This may be inspiring this test of strength we're witnessing right now. Possibly overconfidence on her. Oh, maybe not.
Sometimes it's better to be sneaky than strong, but there's that brawling of Ruby Raze, who not afraid to mix it up with anybody. As mentioned, I mean, her name, she's known as the equal opportunity assassin. Been in some fights with some very tough individuals and came out on the better end of it over the years.
Oh. Yeah, I've taken those before. They're not fun. They're not fun at all.
What's it like getting chopped like that from someone like Ruby Raze?
Especially with the size difference. I know Gypsy is a little bit taller than me, but it honestly felt like someone took a sledgehammer to my chest. Oh, and there's more coming. Oh. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks over here.
You know, and Ruby Raze, sometimes she's a brawler, and so sometimes people don't think about how technically talented she is as well because of her style. It's such a rough style. But she knows what she's doing in there, and you'll notice she continues to attack the same area over and over and over again.
Yes, brutalizing you is definitely something she learned. You know, actually my debut was during a Ruby match, in fact, as she was in another intergender match, as she always is. And I think that match was to First Blood, just to give you an idea of how tough Ruby is.
Gypsy Mac, she's starting to figure out how tough Ruby is.
Again, we are on the other side of the arena, and that just sounded like a melon being slammed into concrete.
Of course, you know, the thing I always say about Santino's is no matter where your seat's located, it's a front row seat.
Now, he kind of deserved one.
Almost caught in the crossfire there. Gypsy Mac trying to get back in control here.
You know, brawling on the outside has worked many times for Gypsy Mac, but it is, again, just a dangerous position to be in because it's where Ruby feels most at home.
Well, Ruby's held her share of championships. Maybe not the Santino Bros championship, but she was the Ultra Women's champion for over 650 days. So not only did she win a very tough championship to win, but she held it for a very long time. And we talk about some of the people she's been in the ring with. Willie Mack comes to mind as as a standout match for her.
An excellent match.
And she's just lining it up and knocking them down.
Gypsy may not be able to get back up from that one. That was all jaw.
Gypsy's in a lot of trouble for obvious reasons, but you'll notice Ruby Raze rolled into the ring and rolled back out to break that 10 count. Ruby wants to stay outside. Ruby wants to keep this brawl going, and I have to think that the outside, again, I was about to say is where Ruby's strength is at, but again, the commentator's curse catches me again. Ruby Raze, or as Gypsy Mac back in control, seems very confident.
Maybe she was just playing possum.
You know, the Bruja baddie. Something about Gypsy Mac is, if you watch her matches, she almost has a tendency to get in the heads of her opponents. Almost seems like she knows what they're thinking before they think it.
I mean, that's just her veteran instinct. She, like I said, she was one of the original Santino sisters, one of the very first to ever come out of this school. This school is so tough that it was known for a while as a place where there were not many female graduates from the school. There were not many graduates, period. She's been doing it for long enough. She has that veteran instinct. Somebody like Gypsy Mac, I was just going to say, is going to have to be creative. And I think that's what we saw just there. You got to think outside the box if you want to take down Ruby.
Nothing hits harder than that steel turnbuckle.
The chop of her own that we also could hear echoing across the arena.
Gypsy Mac starting to get some momentum going here on the outside.
It's very important that she keeps it. She really needs to stay on her.
Yeah, I was going to say, Gypsy Mac seems very confident considering the beatings she was taking earlier. But I guess when you have a boot lined up like that, you can feel confident.
I'm going to once again blame Gino for this. Very arrogant wrestler, and it looks like a bit of it rubbed off. Okay, this is smart. Get the ref back in the ring to count out her opponent.
You know, if Gypsy Mac is able to get a win here like this, that's going to be a huge statement. Ruby Raze has had some brawls with the toughest of people on the outside. We talk about people like Brody King. She's brawled with, gone fist to fist with on the outside. If Gypsy Mac is able to get the better of her, I mean, that says a lot about Gypsy Mac.
It would absolutely be an incredible upset and set Gypsy Mac up for a really bright future here.
And at the very last second, Ruby Raze able to get back in the ring. And Gypsy Mac, the Bruja baddie, seems a little disappointed this match is continuing.
She may have used some magic before this match. This isn't usually where Ruby is at this stage of the match. She may have lit a black candle.
You know, I don't buy into the whole magic stuff myself, but there is something to be said, you're right, about the methods of Gypsy Mac and how they somehow seem to work every time.
Oh no, she's activated Ruby. This is not the Ruby you want to be in the ring with. She's not even feeling it. She's berserk.
Ruby has gone to that place. Yeah, you're right. That rage that Ruby Raze has, where she becomes completely unstoppable. Like you get a go behind. Oh, could this be the death card?
She's going for
Gypsy
it.
Mac has won many matches with that. Ruby Raze sees it, fights out of it, and just plants Gypsy Mac right on her noggin.
Ouch.
Ruby Raze, just a big club to the back of the head.
Headed her.
Goes for the cover.
Yep. That's night-night. Should have lit a second candle.
You know, Sarah, it wasn't the prettiest match we're ever going to see, and it wasn't the prettiest finish to a match we're ever going to see. But it was absolutely effective. Ruby Raze, big blows.